Hello, my name is Marcela Mulholland, and this is the video portion for my Planet Forward 2016 submission. I really enjoyed working on this project, and I hope you guys enjoy looking through it. So let's jump right into things. To start off today, I'm going to talk about a topic that you and I are probably more familiar with than we'd like to admit, and that is stress. We live in an American society where the economic system thrives off of making consumers feel like what we have now is not good enough. And this feeling of dissatisfaction and inadequacy festers inside of us. In addition to this, it seems that everywhere we look nowadays, something is going wrong. You turn on the news and there's a new terrorist attack. Or you scroll through your email and the New York Times is sending you another article about a new disease that you should be freaking out about. As if school and work wasn't enough, this just adds on to our levels of stress. The World Health Organization has called stress the health epidemic of the 21st century, and research published by the Harvard Business Review found that 60 to 90% of all doctor's visits are stress-related. Now, it seems that this stress is having particularly harmful effects on the mental health and well-being of our youth, specifically teenagers. A study conducted by the American College Health Association found that within the past year, 30% of college students had felt so depressed at some point that they found it difficult to function. Other studies have shown that on average, 5,400 young people attempt to take their own lives every single day, and 90% of 4th through 8th graders report that they have experienced bullying. And since 2012, we've experienced 142 mass school shootings. And just in case you thought it couldn't get worse, we have over 2 million young people who are addicted to illicit drugs or alcohol. Now, clearly our youth is in a state of crisis. I think part of the reason why these statistics are so bad is because we're taking the everyday stresses that are normal of being a human and combining it with the inner turmoil that is a trademark of teenagehood. Because as a teenager, you're just starting to come to terms with yourself and your place in the world. You're gaining this new sense of self-awareness that sometimes leads to self-consciousness or insecurities, and you're going through this weird phase where you want to find yourself, but you also want to fit in, and you start to question your parents and the beliefs that you were raised upon. And this process isn't necessarily bad because it ultimately leads to personal growth, but when you're going through it, it's kind of hard to see the silver lining, and all you feel is this angst, or maybe hopelessness, or maybe, in some cases, depression. Take it from me, I'm 18 years old, and I'm very familiar with this teenage angst. I'm going to tell you guys a little story, so let's flash back to about 1.5 years ago. I was a senior in high school, and I was really stressed out with college apps, the AP classes I was taking. I was trying to get along with my parents while also making time to have social activities, and I was left feeling extremely anxious and stressed out. I had this constant pit in my stomach of severe anxiety, and I was feeling quite lost. That is, until Oprah came into town. I bought tickets to see Oprah Winfrey's A Life You Want weekend, and it honestly changed my life. At this event, I meditated for the first time in my life. Just me and Oprah and 10,000 other people. This was the first step in what would become my regular practice of meditation. Now, I wish I could go into the 1,000 little ways that meditation has improved my life, but I just want to focus on the one overarching way that meditation has radically transformed the way that I live, and that is that it's helped me to be more present. And this simple act of unlocking the present moment has unlocked countless doors for me. It's allowed me to more calmly and confidently express myself creatively. It's established an inner sense of happiness that makes me a better friend, daughter, student, and peer. So for a while, my meditation practice was a personal thing, but that is until I came to college and joined the Challenge 2050 program. And in this class, I had the unique experience of meditating alongside my peers. And it wasn't until I saw this and saw the impact of this meditation that I fully understood the impact that mindfulness can have on our education system, and the critical role that meditation and mindfulness must have in the conversation about changing the world. And this is what gave me the idea for Mindfulness with Purpose. Mindfulness with Purpose brings meditation into schools. It helps out the youth who are suffering the most from this stress epidemic. And the youth get the benefits from this meditation practice. They have less depression, less anxiety, more compassion, higher levels of self-efficacy, higher levels of emotional intelligence. And all of that is awesome, but let's not stop there. With Mindfulness with Purpose, I wanted to be intentional about meditation and to use it as a foundation for creating a headspace to have a much larger conversation. You see, meditation goes beyond solving the problem of stress and mental illness. I think that meditation can help us create solutions to problems such as climate change and natural resource depletion or gender inequality, because when we operate and discuss and create from a more clear and peaceful and compassionate headspace, we're infinitely better apt at creating real solutions to problems. Albert Einstein once said that we can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. Mindfulness with Purpose does just this. It transforms the lens through which we perceive the world, and it creates the revolution in thought that we need if we want to see a more sustainable and brighter future.